to Kansas City to take on the Royals with the left-hander Shane McClanahan set to make his 16th start of the year in Game 2 of this 3-game series. The Rays are rolling, winning 6 straight games to regain control in the American League East. And tonight, southpaw Shane McClanahan squares off against superstar shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. and the Kansas City Royals. Rays TV is presented by Union Home Mortgage. Pleasant evening in the Midwest tonight. 91 degrees and baseball in store. Right now, before the first pitch, let's go down to our, not the man on the street, but the man on the field, the indispensable Ryan Bass.
Not sure I deserve that intro, Dwayne, but I do take it and appreciate it. You know, every winning streak has its beginnings, and for the Rays, Ian Seymour, he thinks he can pinpoint exactly when this one started for Tampa Bay. He remembers on the homestand last week in that lopsided loss to Kansas City. He and Nick Martinez looking at each other in the dugout and saying, let's put up a couple runs here. Maybe that'll give us some energy. They haven't lost since. Take a look at the Toyota trend. It tells the story. 6 straight wins, 43 runs scored. They have only allowed 13 while outplaying opponents in every big moment. I think we felt the momentum, Ryan Belay told me on that last homestand, just continuing to remember who we are. Well, Dwayne and Doug, I should say, they've got everything clicking. The pitching staff, they've got the offense going, especially the top 3. It's not just juniors, homers. Everything is working right now, and I will tell you, if they can make it 7 straight tonight, the Rays will become the American League's first 50-win team, Dwayne.
Yeah, in that 6-game win streak, they've outscored the opposition 43-13.
Yeah, pretty incredible numbers right
that's
there.
Some domination right there. And the lineup brought to you by Orlando Health. The Rays will have Yandy Diaz again leading off. He is the DH. Jonathan Aranda hits second in front of Junior Caminero. Victor Mesa Jr. will hit cleanup. Then Chandler Simpson. Cedric Mullins follows. Then Taylor Walls, Richie Palacios, and Hunter Fiducia will do the catching and bat ninth.
Taking the mound for the Royals, veteran Seth Lugo, 16 starts on the year. Here's his record, 3-5, 4.18 on the ERA, whip right over 1.3, 1.37. Walks to strikeout ratio, you got 69-30. Home runs allowed, that's an important one because the Rays have been hitting them by the bunches. See if you get some power coming out tonight. Here's a pitch mix for the 36-year-old veteran. It's pretty much the kitchen sink. I mean, he's going to throw everything at you, 2-seam, 4-seam, cut, curve. They got the sweeper slider, the changeup. He's got a slow curveball, which I don't know if you can register that one on there, but we're going to either way. And then the slurve.
And we are set to play baseball with Yandy Diaz, the Major League's leading hitter, stepping in. And the first pitch of this game is wide. 1 ball, no strikes, and we are underway. That's a strike, 1-1. Junior Valentine is calling the balls and strikes. Part of the Major League staff since 23. Now 2-1. Well, Yandy just continues to hit that baseball.
Yandy, one of the hottest hitters in the league right now. June, he's been an absolute monster. 385 in the month of June, going the opposite way up the middle. The approach has been so good.
And a foul tip right back into the mitt. And that is out number 1.
Let's set the defense for the Royals here at Coffin Field. Left to right in the outfield. Tyler Tolbert, Lane Thomas, Jack Caglione, Tampa native over in right field. Third to first, Lofton, Bobby Witt Jr. back at the shortstop position. Michael Massey, Sal Perez over at first, and then Carter Jensen doing the catching.
Jonathan Aranda, wave and a miss for a strike. Well, the Rays saw Lugo last Thursday. That's close, but off the plate just a bit. 1-1. Rays won that game 13-2, and Lugo was charged with 7 of those runs in 5 innings. Aranda is out in front. 1-2.
A lot of familiarity, right? And you know, out of those 7 runs, he gave up 3 home runs. So he's given up 10 on the year. 3 home runs came in his last outing against the Braves.
And then Aranda fouls it out of play.
Multiple coming off of guess whose bat? Mr. Junior Caminero.
Yeah, if you're another hitter, you just want to touch his bat.
Yes.
There's a foul ball out of play.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep.
I mean, if you're in a slump right now, you're just like, man, can I just take BP
Yep.
with your bat? Or can I just sit next to your bat right now? And that's how hot that man is. Just seeing beach balls as he goes up to the plate.
And Aranda extending this at bat down 1-2. 6 pitches in now.
Well, you see Seth Lugo working, and you know, with Lugo, he doesn't really have any big-time swing and miss stuff. It's more about locating. It's more about sequencing, keeping hitters off balance.
2-2. Yeah, and you know, if catchers were going to give signals for all the pitches he throws, they'd run out of fingers.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, it's more than 5.
You're doing math equations back there, trying to give signals. Yeah, thankfully they got the pitch com now. Don't have to bother with it.
That's a liner back into the center field part of this ballpark. And Aranda is aboard. And here is Junior Caminero.
Well, these are the home runs that we were talking about last time. He saw Seth Lugo. He launched 2 of them, both of them on the breaking ball. Love to see that because we know Junior Caminero can hit the fastball. But here was the first one. There's the second one. 84 miles an hour, left it inside. And boy, anything middle in right now, it is getting demolished by Mr. Caminero.
And he's going to get another one. A long shot to left, and that baby's gone. Home run on the first pitch. Junior Caminero not wasting any time at all to extend that streak of home runs, and the Rays lead 2-0. How about that? Caminero is just more than on fire. He is red hot. Look at this, the youngest ever in the modern era. 6-game home run streak. And this one, 425.
That's a record going back to the 1900. Junior Caminero, just as we were talking about him, the power display that he has has been incredible. It's one of the most.
Well, Mesa Jr. ground ball to first and the race to the bag. Lugo gets there to take the throw.
You know, going back to Caminero, this is one of the hottest streaks I have ever seen in my life. Here's a sinker inside corner, and we just talked about last time he was up, he hit 2 off of Seth Lugo, both of them on the breaking ball. This is on the fastball, and you see how he uses the lower body, utilized the lower body perfectly, got the foot down, hands get through the zone. You're not going to beat him on the inside half, right? Sinker inside corner, no problem. Turning on it, turning that ball into a souvenir.
And now Simpson takes the pitch down. How about Junior? 9 home runs in 8 games. 20 runs batted in. And there's a base hit off the bat of Simpson. He's going to make the turn. Not going to stop at first. On his way to second. He's in there ahead of the throw. A 2-base hit for Chandler Simpson. I mean, Junior is 14 of his last 28.
I was trying to think about this. I've seen a good amount of baseballs, obviously, so have you. I can't remember anybody who's gone on a hotter streak than what we're seeing from Junior Caminero.
I'm with you. I mean, we've together seen a lot of baseball. I mean, he's doing things that no one has ever seen now.
Right.
Here's Cedric Mullins bouncing one foul. Strike 1. A 2-run homer by Junior Caminero here in the first. Now with 2 outs, Simpson at second with a double.
Well, and if you're Seth Lugo, you got to be thinking, what can I throw this guy? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Threw him a couple breaking balls last time at Tropicana Field. He launched both of them. Throws him a sinker.
Look at that. A 6-game home run streak.
I mean, it's to the point now. You got teammates just nobody wants to talk to him.
Yep.
Just let him go, right? Just let him go and do his thing, and get him back up to the plate as quickly as possible. This is just some kind of zone he is in right now. And then, of course, you're going to get that smile, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, how could you not have fun? It's been a blast just watching him.
Mullins behind in the count. That one just missed up. 2-2. Well, Caminero now against Lugo in his career is 4 for 7, and 3 of those 4 hits are home runs. And there is a swing and miss. Mullins out on strikes, but a very big first inning for the Rays. They score 2 on one swing of the bat from Junior Caminero. A blast of 425 feet.
Now streaming.
Well, there's a look at the Kansas City lineup presented by Orlando Health. Lane Thomas leads it off, then Bobby Witt Jr. Caglione follows. Marte, Perez, Jensen, Lofton, Tolbert, and Massey. Top to bottom. And Shane McClanahan delivers his first pitch. It's a strike call, the fastball into Lane Thomas.
Yeah, see the numbers on Shane right here. 6-5 on the record, 3.3 ERA.
And a strike 2 off speed right there, 0-2.
That's right here. Love seeing the 73 punch outs to the 28 walks. It's all about command with him because he's got the stuff. If he's in the zone commanding that ball where he wants to, it's going to be a good night.
Well, then you look at his numbers, things as basic as opposing hitters average against him. Lefties, as you might expect, more trouble than righties. Lefties hitting 164, and the right-handed hitters 236. And he takes care of Thomas, gets him on strikes, swinging right there.
Boy, that was outstanding slider down in the zone. Get the first punch out. Let's go ahead and set the defense for the Tampa Bay Rays. Left to right in the outfield. Chandler Simpson, Cedric Mullins, Victor Mesa Jr., and then third to first, Junior Caminero, your third baseman. Taylor Walls over at short, Richie Palacios, Jonathan Aranda, and Hunter Producia doing the catch.
Bobby Witt Jr. And he takes a strike off speed. Junior Caminero belting the home run at the top of the first. He came in. He had homered in 5 straight games dating back to the 25th of June. And he let go of one here, his first at bat in the first inning here, to make it 6 straight games. I mean, some incredible stuff. And in club history, Mike Zunino in 21 and Carlos Pena in 2010 and Canseco when he was with the Rays, they all had streaks like this. But what Caminero has done, and we take a look right there, he has just dominated. And I mean, what these other hitters, Pena, Zunino, and Canseco accomplished, outstanding. And he has topped them. There's a little chopper going to go through the right side off that 1-2 pitch. And Bobby Witt is aboard. So Caminero, I was about to say starting to set himself apart from some good hitters in Rays history. He's setting himself apart from every hitter with what he's doing.
I mean, this is across the board.
Yep.
This is a special moment for Caminero just because he's doing stuff that people in the game haven't done, right? And you got to remember the guy's 22 years old. I mean, he's doing this with this natural talent, and you know, he's made adjustments along the way, right? He's gone out there. He's always been good against the fastball, but now we're seeing him launch breaking balls. We're seeing him launch off-speed pitches.
Caglione fouls this one out of play, and the count is 0-2.
You know, something else I love to see is the fact that he's getting a lot of them early. During this streak, 4 of the home runs have come in the first inning.
Yeah, and no real cheap home runs there.
No,
I mean,
there's a lot of 4s on that board.
Yeah, look at that.
But that's what I'm talking about. You know, multiple against the fastball, and that's something you would expect, right? Quickest hands in the game, or some of the quickest hands in the game. You know, able to always hit the fastball. But now you're seeing him react to breaking balls. You're seeing him pick up spin. You're seeing him adjust. And you know, we go back to the minor adjustment he made going into this hot stretch. I mean, he opened up his stance just a little bit, and all of a sudden, this guy's launching souvenirs all over the place.
Keeping an eye on Witt Jr. at first. Into center field. Mullins going back just short of the track to make the catch on that one. 2 gone, and back to first goes Witt Jr.
Nice to see McClanahan go right at Caglione. Last time they faced each other, Caglione was able to get him for 2 home runs. So Shane just wants to go in there, control the strike zone, control the count.
Now the first pitch, Marte sends it into center, and right there to catch it, Cedric Mullins. Base hit, no runs, and a man left. 2-0 Rays.
That's support.
Well, let's get into the Ford keys of the game, and let's get it started. 3.31. That's the starter ERA, and that leads all of the American League. So obviously the starting pitching is doing its job, going out there setting the tone. And let's keep the power on. My goodness, the power surge from the Tampa Bay Rays. 14 bombs in the last 6 games. Of course, 8 of them coming off of 1 bat in Junior Caminero.
And there's a line base hit off the bat of Taylor Walls to begin the 2nd inning for the Rays, as they put the leadoff man in this inning on base. Rays coming out swinging.
Coming out swinging, coming out aggressive. This is just a sinker. Down in the zone, and Walls goes down there, does a nice job getting the barrel to it, going to the pull side for the base hit.
Richie Palacio steps in now. Upstairs. Well, Rays in that Thursday outing for Lugo, Rays got him for 7 runs in 5 innings. Runner takes off on a hit and run, a miss on the pitch, and safe at second base. Boy, Walls appeared to be in trouble out there and manages to get in. Well, he overslid. He came off the bag. He was safe and then came off the bag. And here's another look at that.
Yeah, it looked like he got around the tag. You see the
look.
See the move.
And then he comes off.
I mean, he showed him the left hand.
The ground ball by Palacios. Yeah, so he steals the base, but lost touch with the base and was tagged out.
Check out this acrobatic move. Watch the left hand. The left hand goes up, and then the right hand slides right underneath it. And if he would have kept the right hand on, it would have been safe. Unfortunately, just the momentum took him off the bag. Bobby Witt Jr. keeping that tag on. That's why you do it.
Now here's Hunter Fiducia. He lines one. Oh, a leaping catch down at first. Perez got up there to make that grab. And we go to the bottom of inning 2. 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Home Depot.
Well, for much of the last 2.5 years, the focus for Shane McClanahan getting back to a major league mound. Now that has shifted to keeping him on the mound for the Rays. That is why his start date was shifted a couple of days to give him a little bit extra rest and get him geared up and keep that innings limit down. McClanahan admitted it's not easy because in his words, he's like, I want to throw a lot of innings for this team, but he understands the bigger picture. I got to do it the right way, he told me. I want to be able to pitch for this team as deep as I can in October. I spoke with pitching coach Kyle Snyder today, who said they knew from day one this wasn't going to be a wire-to-wire thing after such a long layoff, calling this approach the responsible thing to do to make sure there's plenty left in the tank when the games matter the most. They're trying to be very cautious with Mac as that bat cut away from Perez.
Yes, it did indeed. And thank goodness for the screening. Well, let's check out Shane McClanahan month to month here. And you see a little blip there in June, but otherwise it has been very encouraging. And so an outing tonight, given those numbers in June, this is a big outing for him.
Of course it is, absolutely, and I think it's very smart with what the Rays are doing. They got, the entire season to get through, and they obviously have a focal point of having Shane in that rotation throughout the entire season. This is a guy who's missed 2 years, right? And had to suffer through multiple injuries, finally rehabbed his way back. It was a long, hard road, and they want to see him healthy, and they need him in that rotation. The month of June, it slipped away from him just a little bit. I think you can see a little bit of fatigue in there, and that's what the Rays were identifying.
Fly ball down the right side. Mason Jr. is going to run out of room. That's out of play. And you can understand McClanahan. I mean, number one, all of these guys are competitive. That's why they are where they are. And you get off to the start he did in his career. And now you're sidelined and you can't wait to get back. That's a line drive out of the reach of Walls. And Perez is aboard. And so you're constantly in a balancing act there.
You want him out there as often as possible, but you want him healthy.
Yeah.
Right. You got to keep him healthy, and coming back from injuries, it can be a little bit of an up and down year. The year you come back, especially if you miss significant time. And for Shane, early in the year, he came out and boy, he looked fantastic. And here lately, it's meh. I mean, the command has been a little bit off, and I think, like I said, some fatigue probably setting in, and that's what the Rays are seeing. They wanted to give him a couple extra days, but. The good news is the stuff is there.
Yep.
I mean, this stuff is electric, and he has a pitch mix. He can go up against any lineup right now, and he can absolutely mow them down if the command is on.
Here's the breaking ball right there to get a called strike on Jensen.
I mean, we got to remember, just a couple years ago, this guy was considered one of the best left-handers in the game.
Absolutely.
And that's still in the tank for him. He still has that ceiling.
Now a ball, 2 strikes. Well, Jensen, against right-handed pitching, has been at the top of the lineup. Situation where a catcher hits leadoff, and against the lefty McClanahan, down a bit. Oh, that is a strike called on the four-seamer at 96 right there, and you see a slow turn by Jensen as he heads back to the dugout.
Yeah, you see it in the Advent Health strike zone right here, top right. I mean, this is absolutely perfect execution. 96, top of the zone. Might have gotten away with one right there, but boy, he's been around the zone the entire time, got rewarded with that call.
Here's Lofton. And he takes a strike. Fastball to begin this sequence of pitches. One ball, 1 strike.
That's a combination I love right there from McClanahan. Going up against a right-hander, fastballs, in on the hands, up in the zone, got that four-seam ride, and then come on off of that with the changeup.
Now 2-1.
Just 2 pitches that tunnel so well, right? They look identical out of the hand from Shane because he throws the changeup with such emphasis. He puts a lot behind it, but the grip takes all the spin off of it and creates that depth toward the end, and that's where he gets a ton of swing and miss.
It's a strike, and it's a 2-2 count. Lofton 0 for 3 last night. 232 for the year overall. Ground ball to third. Caminero down to Palacios and over to Aranda. Around the horn they go, 5-4-3. And when we go to the third, we will see Junior Caminero hit third in the inning. He's already hit number 24. That came in the first. Yandy Diaz will open the third for the Rays. First pitch off the plate wide. Yandy started the night tops in the major leagues in average and hits, 100 hits for Yandy. This is lifted into shallow right. Caglione is right there to make the catch. So that is out number 1. Be sure and help send Junior Caminero to the All-Star game in 2026. Cast your vote for Junior every day. You can do it every day and help put the Rays' biggest bat on baseball's brightest stage in Philly. Vote Rays today at raysbaseball.com/vote. Aranda single to center his first time.
Boy, we got to get Junior in there. He needs more votes. You can vote all the way up till Thursday.
Yep.
Like you said, every single day. And I feel like we've been watching him in a home run derby for the past week.
Boy, haven't we? I'm telling you.
Can you imagine?
It's a preview of the home run derby.
Preview of what's going to happen in Philadelphia. Obviously, they already announced that he will be a part of that home run derby.
Well, Aranda hit by that pitch. And he will make his way down to first, on for the second time.
A little yank breaking ball right off the kneecap.
Boy, that hurts.
Yeah. So what do you do now if you're Seth Lugo? Right?
How about that?
3 for 4. 3 of those balls didn't come back. I mean, you got to be thinking, how can I pitch around him? But now you got a man on first base.
Well, there's a slow breaking pitch, plenty wide, and no chase. 1-0.
He's got 8 pitches to choose from, and I don't think he feels confident with any of them right now going against Junior.
It's a big cut, a foul ball down the right side. Here's that home run swing, and he wasted no time.
Look at the lower half and how the lower half works and how much power is generated right there. You see all the power right here on the backside going through the foot, and then right there on impact, all that power and torque transfers into the baseball and just drives it out of the park. I mean, right now he is timed up so perfectly on his swing mechanics. You know, the hands are so important to him as well, right? He was talking about how important the hands are to the swing. He said when the front foot gets down, the hands stay back, and that's a key for him. And, you know, his hands always seem to be on time because he's got such a quick bat, right? He almost never gets beat with the fastball, especially in, and he trusts his hands. Just a thing of beauty when he's launching like this.
Yeah, and he came into this game leading the major leagues when it comes to velocity off that bat. Swing and a miss there, and he is out on strikes, the second out of the inning. He came in leading the majors, both the American and National Leagues, and batted balls 100 or better with 107.
Average exit velocity right now for him on a fastball is 98.9 miles an hour. It's almost 100 miles an hour when he hits a fastball. Now, you just can't beat him with the heat, right? You know, anything in the zone, he's getting to it.
Victor Mesa Jr. down, a strike. Aranda at first. He was hit by a pitch. And that breaking ball started wide and made its way to the zone. 0-2. And a wave and miss. So a hit batter, that man is left. Bottom of inning 3 coming, 2-0 Rays.
It's a pretty good third baseman over there in Junior Caminero for the Rays. We have a pretty good one. We're about to retire his jersey in Evan Longoria. And we told you, teased yesterday, Dwayne and Doug, if you remember, big announcement coming. That Longo Legacy Weekend's going to be even bigger. Drum roll, fellas, because here it is. For the first time since the 2023 postseason, the Rays are opening up the upper deck to make room for more fans to celebrate Evan Longoria. Pretty remarkable sign of just how much this weekend means to number 3, this organization, this fan base. It all begins Friday, July 10th. 3 days celebrating the greatest player in franchise history. You got the Hall of Fame induction, jersey retirement, and there'll be an exclusive collectible posters from an award-winning artist, a live illustration, snapback hats, bobble cards, and you got those branded baseballs we showed you as well. That'll be featured throughout the series as well with that Game 162 silhouette on it too. The guest of honor, Dwayne and Doug, is already on his way. I saw Longo posted on Instagram yesterday. He's headed to Tampa for the week to begin the celebration. How exciting. Upper Deck is going to be open. Get your tickets now.
Well, there's a part of the agenda for what will be happening on Longo's Legacy Weekend. Saturday, the Rays Hall of Fame induction. All throughout the weekend, some great opportunities to welcome Longo back and continue to establish the tradition in this franchise. Here's a bunt attempt, and he did not offer. He got that bat back on the appeal down to third, and so the count goes to 1-1. Go ahead.
I love the fact that I love it all. I love the entire weekend. The fact that you get to celebrate Longo and basically what he's done for the franchise, what he means to this franchise. How about the fact they're bringing out Tantric on Sunday for the final walk-up? I mean, that's going to be outstanding. One of the most iconic walk-up songs, especially to all the Rays fans. It's one of those songs, as soon as it comes on, you automatically think of Evan Longoria.
And it's interesting that we should be talking about that right now. There's a wave and a miss. Massey is out on strikes. Coming into this one, Junior Caminero had homered in 5 straight games. He homered his first time up to make it 6. And we can't forget that Evan Longoria's 6 home runs are a major league rookie record for a single postseason. And that stood until Randy Rosarena broke it. But breaking ground in that department was Evan Longoria. And what was just a great Cinderella story for that club that really turned this franchise around.
That was, and he was pretty much the key to turning it around. And when this franchise started winning and winning every single year, and it's one of the hardest things to do in professional sports is turning a franchise around that is not known as a winner into a perennial powerhouse. And Evan Longoria is one of the guys that led the charge. And it was that year, that rookie year, that he was able to go.
Number off the end of the bat. Oh, but McClanahan had it slip away from him and throws it into right field. And even Mason Jr. went over there to pick it up by the line. And only on the second attempt, that ball got away from him. So I'm not sure what was up with that baseball. But Lane Thomas reaches. And McClanahan not happy with himself here.
Yeah, just frustrated. This ball just slips right out of his hand. Easy out at first base. Lobs it over Jonathan Aranda. Frustrated with himself. Hard part's done. And you can see it slipped right out. Lost the grip.
Well, and now he has to face Bobby Witt Jr., who lines one to third. And right there to answer is Caminero with that glove. A hot shot to the hot corner. And that glove's a little hot right now. Witt is out, number 3. And we will go to the 4th. There's another look at the catch by Caminero. 2-0 Rays.
People.
Well, the Rays lead this game. They scored 2 in the first. It's 2-0. Reminder for every hit this season, Suncoast Credit Union donates $79 to local nonprofits. Visit suncoast.com/Rays for more information. Chandler Simpson leading off there. He was kind enough to wait long enough for us to get that important message in. And now he has taken the first pitch for a ball. There's a ground ball, and that's going to go through. Diving attempt by Massey. Big turn there by Chandler, and he will put the brakes on. He is now 2 for 2.
Starting to see some good adjustments from Chandler. He went through a little bit of a slump there in June, and this is one of those things where the pitchers started pounding him inside corner. They understood that he was trying to go away with everything, and so Junior has had to adjust back. and we're starting to see him go pull side a little bit more. Right? Get those hands through quick and turn on some balls with some power.
Cedric Mullins. There's a first pitch strike. Well, Simpson has put together now a 6-game hitting streak with these 2 hits tonight. Upstairs, 1-1. Popped up. Will it be playable? Wafted from third over near the dugout, but it's in the second row behind the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cedric Mullins, he's another guy who's starting to make some adjustments. This is a guy who had a really nice June. 5 bombs, 295 average, starting to hit the fastball a little bit more. He started the season out and struggling a little bit against velocity. Now he's starting to turn on those pitches.
And he is out on strikes for the first out. 0 for 2 tonight.
Well, this is a cutter up in the zone, something that he was not looking for. Caught him off guard. Nice location from Seth Lugo. Starting to see Seth go vertical on some of these 2 strikes. Starting to expand that zone, trying to get that swing and miss right at the hands.
Now Taylor Wall's in the batter's box, and there goes Chandler. Throw down, and he is out at second base. Bobby Witt Jr. taking the throw, and a good throw by Jensen, the young catcher. And they cut down Simpson. He's caught for the 11th time.
Yeah, watch Jensen right here. Gets up, anticipates the run, and boy, what a clean transfer down to second base. That was an absolute dart to Bobby Witt Jr. You see the strike, and then just drops the tag right on top of Simpson. Carter Jensen, he's an impressive player, both offensively and defensively. He's looking good this rookie campaign.
It's 2-1. Fly ball left center field. Thomas angling toward the wall, and that ball's going to be in between Thomas and Tolbert. Extra bases for Walls. A 2-base hit. He is 2 for 2 tonight, and that is double number 10 for Taylor Walls.
Boy, Taylor does a great job of just getting into this pitch right here. Got way too much of the plate, stays on it, barrels it up, and creates a ton of backspin. And there's a lot of wind here at Kaufman right now, and that ball just kept carrying. See the outfielders just wondering who's going to get it, and drops right in between them for the double.
Richie Palacios cut a little piece of it foul. Lugo got Palacios on a ground ball to Massey at second base. His first time up. And a little tight there with the fastball. That will catch your attention. 1-1.
Yeah, that'll wake you up. Anything up and in is just an uncomfortable feeling for a hitter. Especially nowadays, you just don't see a lot of guys throwing inside. So Lugo, obviously, man, this guy's a 36-year-old veteran of 11 major league seasons. Got over 1,000 innings pitched, 376 games. He's been around the game.
Yes, he has.
Done a lot of stuff in this game. He's a little old school when it comes to pitching inside.
Well, he's got enough stuff to pitch wherever he wants. When you look at his pitches, sinkers, curves, four-seamers, cutters, the sweeper, the slider, change-up. Back into right field toward the line. Caglione is there to make the catch. Rays leave a man in the fourth, and they hold a 2-0 lead.
Well, Dwayne, let's check out the rooms to go standing. On the left-hand side, you're going to see exactly 1 week ago, June 24th, Rays down by 3 to the Yankees. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Yankees have lost 7 games in a row. Rays pretty much just the polar opposite. They won 6 in a row, working on their 7th right here. See the standings, just absolutely flipped. It's crazy what 1 week will do in this game, isn't it?
It is amazing when you looked at where the Rays were, and you know, that loss column, you always look at that because you can't replay a loss. It is what it is. A little ground ball down to first. Aranda is going to take care of that. Caglione is the first out in the 4th inning. But the swing in such a short period of time is absolutely amazing.
It's just been so dominant from the Rays side of things, right? You're talking about an offense that's just powering the baseball. You see a lot of runs, a lot of crooked numbers going up on the board, and they're doing it in a balanced attack, right? Power game, the home runs, the small ball. They're doing it all. And then you're talking about starting pitching. We talked about starting pitching earlier. You know, the starting staff leads the entire American League with a 3.31 ERA. So you're getting the pitching, you get the defense. We've seen some gems tonight already, and you're getting the offense. I mean, this team is clicking on all cylinders right now.
And a chop right side. McClanahan's going to have to get over there, and he is not going to get there in time. Aranda ranging to his right, and with the left-hander's momentum carrying him the opposite way, it's a challenge to get over there, and he just could not get there in time. And Marte is aboard.
Yeah, you'd almost like to see Aranda give this one up and let Palacios take it from behind him. And well, it's just, he's caught in between, right? The ball was hit slow enough to where he felt like he needed to go get it. And you're right, Shane McClanahan falling off to the third base side didn't allow him the time to get over to first base to get the out.
So it's going to go as an infield hit for Marte. He's at first with 1 out. But we're talking about the swift flip-flop in the standings in the American League East. You know, the Rays have now won 6 in a row. The Yankees lose today. They've lost 7 in a row. And just like that, I mean, the Rays, you look at the loss column, and the Rays with 33 losses, and the Yankees with 38 losses.
Well, Rays' best record in the American League. And how great does that sound?
Absolutely. The best winning percentage in the American League, followed by the Yankees and then the White Sox. Roller down to third, Caminero to second and over to first, Palacios in the middle, and they come right back to get the around the horn double play. We go to the 5th, 2-0 Rays.
Well, the Home Depot working on a win. You know what, Dwayne? As much love as we have been given to Junior Caminero, there's some other guys on this team putting up some crazy numbers as well. Yandy Diaz, check these out. Just the last 12 games. Dude's almost hitting 500. 475 on the average. OPS outstanding. Over 1,000, over 1,100 actually. Of course, he's driving in runs. He's driven in runs all year long. But look at this. Runners in scoring position. He is 6 for his last 8.
Boy, that's quite a combo. And really, those 3 at the top of the Rays lineup, Yandy and Jonathan Aranda, Junior Caminero. I mean, what a trio that is.
It's becoming a gauntlet. You know, and you got to face him first inning right off the bat. Here we go. Yandy Diaz, you know, table setter. Jonathan Aranda, just so clutch in so many ways. Works professional at bats, gets deep into counts. And then you got Junior Caminero, the hottest hitter on the planet. Those are your top 3 that you got to navigate through right off the bat.
Here's Fiducia. Found himself quickly behind in the count 0-2. Now it's 1-2. Yandy will be next, followed by Aranda. And that is strike 3 call on the inside corner, apparently. And the first out here in the 5th. Well, take a look at the RBI leaders here. Aranda 58, Caminero 54, and Yandy with 53. The best trio in the American League in runs batted in.
Big hits just coming consistently off all three of their bats. I think it's important to note that, people got to be on base for them to get those RBI, and that means that, the middle to the bottom of the order is also productive. They're getting on base. They're finding ways to get on base. Might not be driving it out of the park like these guys are consistently, but, they're working small ball. They're dropping down bunts. They're doing anything they can to get that on base percentage up so that these big three have the ability to drive them in.
Ground ball down to first. Perez corrals it with that first baseman's mitt. So 2 up and 2 down, and here is Jonathan Aranda.
So Aranda has been so good here recently, and I just absolutely love his swing. When you watch his swing, look at how still his head is. His head stays on the baseball the entire time. Watch the head and watch the eyes. Look directly down at that baseball. Stay on it all the way through and work the hands through the zone. This guy, boy, he is textbook when you're talking about having an approach that goes up the middle into the opposite field. And if you pitch him anywhere away, you're doing him a favor.
And he takes this one into left, just as you were describing. And a base hit on one hop in front of Tolbert. And Aranda's on for the 3rd time in this game. 2 singles, and in between hit by a pitch.
Well, we've seen this before, right? Watch his head. Watch the hands. They just stay on the pitch so well. That's a breaking ball. He's hitting just around 300 on the breaking ball, and this is why. Watch how he stays back, throws the hands. He's not trying to pull that pitch. If he tried to turn and burn on that pitch, he tries to pull it, he's going to roll over that. Instead, takes the single, just puts it into the opposite field, and just keeps the baton, keeps passing on the baton.
Junior takes a strike. Well, there's what Aranda has done. Just been capable to spray that ball all over the place.
Yeah, he's just
with some pop.
Just so comfortable, right? Just so comfortable. Wants to hit the ball back up the middle. That's where he's aiming. He wants to drive the ball right back up the middle, but he's good enough with his hands to react inside corner or outside corner. He's one of those guys who can almost carry or cover the entire plate. You don't see that a lot in the major leagues. He's got such trust in his hands. Tremendous back control through the zone. Motor's got to be proud of him. Chad Mottola, hitting coach.
Oh, yes.
Got to be happy with all 3 of those guys. Really, the entire lineup with what they've been doing lately.
A little tap. Well, we talk about all the power. Here's the other thing, too. The Rays lead the American League in team batting average, and they're 2nd in the major leagues in team batting average at 260. Now, in some cases, the argument will be made that's kind of an antiquated statistic now, but it still has value and gives you some indication. There's a breaking ball, and Camanero's out on strikes there. Bottom of inning 5, coming 2-0 Rays. Rays TV brought to you by Advent Health. You are our priority in a medical emergency. Advent Health. And by Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. Rays hold a 2-0 lead, moving on to the bottom of the 5th inning. The first pitch, Carter Jensen takes for a ball. Shane McClanahan through the first 4 innings, 45 pitches, 34 for strikes, and 12 of 14 in first pitch strikes. Gives you a breakdown of what he's done in the first 4. Big swing and a foul there by Jensen.
I really like the pitch mix and what he's been doing so far. He's thrown the changeup more than any other pitch tonight. 20 changeups so far in the night. That's 43% of his pitches, and he's almost pitching backwards. And you can understand why, because he just threw against Kansas City. Clearly, his last time out was against Kansas City.
Back into center field. That's going to send Mullins back to the track. He will have room and makes the catch a step from the wall. And that is out number 1, leaving Shane McClanahan to shake his head a little bit.
I was going to ask if you saw his face. Yeah, he thought that one might have been gone. And, again, the wind blowing straight out. Cedric Mullins does a great job tracking that all the way back to the fence. Check that. Every pitcher in this league has been there before.
Nick Lofton. And That's ball one.
It's always interesting to me, you know, to watch a guy go out there and have to pitch against the same club back-to-back outings.
Yes.
You know, it's a little uncomfortable when you got to do it because you're always questioning if you need to change your mix-up.
Simpson, and he will go just to the edge of the turf and onto that track just a bit, and he makes that catch. 2 gone.
Change up, another change up. Had Lofton out front, but again, you're going out there, and you know maybe you do have to change the approach, right? And I think what we're seeing from Shane is the fact that he's acknowledging that the Kansas City Royals are one of the most aggressive teams when it comes to swinging early in the count. You know, we've seen that back at Tropicana Field, and we've already seen it yesterday.
And a bunt, third base side foul for a strike.
And after the first inning, we saw Griffin Jacks yesterday, you know, change the mix-up. He started pitching backwards. A lot of secondary pitches early, then finishing guys with fastballs. We're seeing a little bit of the same thing here with Shane McClanahan. You know, going out there, leaning on the changeup a little bit more, leaning on the slider, and then popping the fastball up top. You know, finishing guys with that heat.
Put away there. 1-1. And another fly ball out to left. Simpson a couple steps in and to his right. So 3 fly balls, 1, 2, 3. Rays lead 2-0. This is what Kansas City is known for.
Williams Store.
Rays TV brought to you by Orlando Health. We make it personal. And by Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply.
I mean, what are the guys in the truck doing to me?
Doug is very hungry. Here's a bunt attempt by Mesa Jr. Fouls it. Strike 1.
They rolled out, you know, last inning into a commercial with barbecue. Now I'm seeing all this. We get a behind-the-scenes tour. Oh, look at those baked beans. My goodness.
Yep. Good barbecue in Kansas City.
You know how angry I am that I had a salad for dinner? Yeah, that's going to change after this game. Instant regret after seeing that. I got to go get some more barbecue tonight.
So 1-1 count here with Mesa checking with the plate umpire on that last pitch. Junior Valentine calling the balls and strikes. And there's a sharply hit ball to second. And that's out number 1. Massey to Perez.
Seth Lugo has actually settled in nicely after that first inning. Gave up the home run to Caminero. Fell behind 2-0, but really has held the Rays down since then.
You know, and both these pitchers with great pitch counts. And you're right, a 23 pitch first inning, and the Rays got 2 on the Caminero home run. But since then, now Simpson shortens on the bat, takes the breaking ball high. But for Lugo, 6 in the second, 13 in the third, 14 in the fourth, 14 again in the fifth. It's wide, 2-0. And for McClanahan, 13 in the first, he's gone 14, 11, 7, and then 9.
And just controlling counts on both sides, right? Getting the quick outs. Being in attack mode the entire time.
Back into the screen. McClanahan go 5, 54 pitches, and 13 of 18 in first pitch strikes. Popper, that will reach the outfield. The call made by Lane Thomas, and Simpson is the second out. Rays fans, not too late to grab a 2026 membership. Explore pro-rated pricing to finish out the season. Members can also enjoy postseason priority, new ballpark ticket access, exclusive discounts, and more. Visit RaysBaseball.com/membership. First pitch, and Mullins sends a high fly ball to right. Caglianone's going to have to go back. That's got carry, and it's gone. Home run off the bat of Cedric Mullins on the first pitch, his 9th home run of the year, and the Rays will pick up their 3rd run of the night. Suddenly, Caglianone out there realized that if he was going to go get that one, he's going to have to go all the way to the wall, and that was of no concern as it turned out either, because that was well out of here.
Caglianone actually went in on this ball and then realized it was over his head. You see him try to retreat. Cedric Mullins doing a great job. That was a breaking pitch up in the zone. Just stayed back on that and created a lot of backspin with that swing. Able to carry that ball out to the right side.
So Mullins with the blast here in the 6th. This one finds the strike zone on Walls. But Taylor's 2 for 2 tonight.
Taylor's looking good at the plate. Cedric Mullins, going back to him, boy, he just, you know, he had a really nice June. He started to turn a corner again. It was more about the fastball, started getting on time with the fastball, but also hitting mistake pitches. And what he saw right there was a mistake pitch, and able to drive that ball out. He had 5 bombs in June. First day of July started out right for him.
Now there's a base hit into right field, and Taylor Walls is 3 for 3. A 2-out single here, single, double, single for Walls. Well, Mullins with that home run is a 2nd home run against Lugo, 6 of 14 with 2 home runs.
How about Walsey? Got 3 knocks on the night. Does a really good job just staying on that ball, driving, getting the barrel to it.
Palacios taking a curveball that worked its way to the zone. Rays now with 3 runs, 9 hits. And this one apparently broke around the plate.
Pretty nice take right there.
1-1.
Nice job by Palacios. Not much you can do with that pitch either way, so go ahead and take it. See if it gets balled up. Got himself into an even count.
Ground ball down to 3rd. Lofton takes it to 1st. The Rays get a run on the home run struck by Cedric Mullins. The run, 2 hits, the man left. Bottom of inning 6 coming. It's now 3-0 Tampa Bay.
There he is, Cedric Mullins launching a home run last inning, and boy, you're talking about a power surge from the Tampa Bay Rays. Here it is. Orlando Health slow-mo replay, and it's a breaking ball. He identifies the spin very early, and because of that, he gets the foot back down, but does not lean forward. Keeps the weight all the way back and gets the hands through the zone perfectly. And again, creates that backspin that ball just kept carrying. Very nice to see that. Talk about some power. Last 3 bombs.
A little foul ball here, 0-2 to Massey. Well, in the month of June, he hit 5 home runs, has opened July with a home run. So that's 6 of his 9 home runs have come in the last month plus 1 day.
Yeah, nice to see it. And, you know, this entire team, it just seems like the power is coming, right?
Yep.
They got 15 bombs in the last 6 games. You know, obviously Junior Caminero, a big part of that.
So a 1-2 count on Massey.
When you're hitting home runs like this, though, it changes the game, right? You do see a lot of crooked numbers get put up pretty quick. And it does a lot, right? And especially for the pitching as well. And I know.
Oh, there's a pitch. He gets Massey looking.
There's that pitch right there. We talk about starting pitching being so good. Shane McClanahan right there, being dominant tonight. Wants the fastball, dots the bottom of his zone, 96, perfectly located. And, you know, as a pitcher, as a starting pitcher, we're seeing all these balls fly out of the ballpark for your offense. You want to get out there and you want to get quick outs, right? But it also gives you the confidence to pitch to contact. Not be afraid to maybe give up a hit. Not be afraid to give up a run or two because you know your offense has your back.
Yeah, and if you can get ahead of these hitters and He's done a pretty good job of that. There's strike one to Thomas, and now he's ahead of him 0-2. He got ahead of Massey 1-2, struck him out. The fifth inning was a 9-pitch inning. One ball, 2 strikes. But you can see Junior Valentine start to move as that pitch approached the plate, almost as if he anticipated, I may need to vacate where I am.
Yeah, I'm not getting hit with this one.
Exactly.
He saw it early. He's seen enough pitches. He knows.
Into the dirt, skips to the backstop. 2-2. Down the early part of this game and toward the middle, McClanahan has picked up a lot of first pitch strikes. And a line drive. Taylor Walls right there to make the catch. That's the second out. Thomas is 0 for 3 officially. Action up in the bullpen, Matt Strom. And the Rays got Garrett Clevenger, the lefty, up in the bullpen. And here's a first pitch strike into Bobby Witt Jr. And boy, it's a great idea to get ahead of Bobby Witt Jr. if you can. Because when he's ahead in the count, he hits .447.
Bobby Witt Jr. is still one of the best all-around at-bats in the major leagues. I mean, he just has such a good feel for what pitchers are trying to do to him.
Yep.
You know, and it's one of those natural things. He came up and, boy, he had an advanced approach at a very young age, and it's just gotten better and better. He's a true 5-tool athlete, Golden Glove winner.
Sends it into right field, angling back, Mesa Jr. right there to make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 6th. 3-0 Rays.
Off days are usually about recharging, but before this series in Kansas City, several Rays, including Richie Palacios, who you see there, Chandler Simpson, Ozzie Timmons among them, spent theirs reflecting. The group visited the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. It's the only museum in the world dedicated entirely to preserving the Negro Leagues history. It's fittingly located just a couple of blocks from where Rube Foster founded the Negro National League back in 1920. You know, Chandler Simpson told me it was breathtaking to learn more about the players who came before him. And as a very speedy outfielder himself, he said he was most excited to stand next to the statue of Cool Papa Bell, one of the fastest players in the game prior to Chandler even stepping onto the scene. So really being able to reflect on the history of the players that came before him, specifically that one. You know, Richie Palacios said what struck out to him most of the stories. They had a chance to hang out with the president of the Negro Leagues, Bob Kendrick, and they said, you know, we know how tough it was, but hearing those stories, learning how those players helped spread baseball internationally was amazing. You know, it's a really cool reminder, guys, and I know a lot of our crew has had an opportunity to go to that museum before, of really what's come before us and the history of the Negro Leagues, which is embedded into the community here in Kansas City.
Yeah, it's a must-see if you're in Kansas City. Had a chance to visit it this time again, and it's just great to go through that and refresh in your heart and your mind the history of that. And it's one of the great, not only great baseball museums, just museums across the board.
Yeah, no doubt.
It is a wonderful asset to this community here in Kansas City.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to go to it a couple of years back and got to tour it myself and learned a lot of the history about it. It's fascinating.
Gandhi hits this one on the ground to short. He is out number 2. A couple ground balls against Matt Strom here. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, just fascinating, the history of it and what you learned and what you didn't know going in. And so it is a must-see if you come to Kansas City and just learning about the lives and the folks who played in the Negro Leagues. And it's a special place. It really is. And you could spend all day there.
You absolutely could, without question. Goes around to fouling it out of play. So if you're headed to Kansas City, that's one of the places you want to put on your list right there. Strom, 2 ground ball outs. Upstairs here. Action in the Rays bullpen. That's Cole Sulser. He was in the game for an inning last night. And now the count goes to 1-2. Foul ball, just a piece of that one. And Aranda has another chance. He singled and scored in the first. When Junior Caminero hit another home run, it's 24th. Aranda hit by a pitch in the third, singled in the fifth. And on deck, there is Junior Caminero. On the ground, deep short, wet. Up with it, and the throw to first on the money. So 3 ground balls. We go to the bottom of inning 7. 3-0 Rays.
The 7th inning is brought to you by Hyundai. And let's go into Shane McClanahan's outing. My goodness, was it a good one. 6 innings, only 3 hits given up, no earned runs, no walks, even more important. And 4 punch-outs. He got 2 of them on the 4-seam fastball, 1 on the changeup, 1 on the slider. I think the changeup was on display tonight. Opponents were 0 for 9 on that changeup, and boy, he was putting it where he wanted to, commanded the zone, worked ahead in the count, threw a ton of strikes. That was a recipe for success right there, Dwayne.
Success indeed. 69 pitches, 49 strikes, and he gives way to Cole Sulser. And the first pitch is in and out of the glove of Palacio. He tries to make a hurried throw to first, and it's going to be backed up by Fortes, who just entered the game behind the plate, and he got down there to back up the play. Otherwise, Kansas City may have wound up with a guy in scoring position right there.
Yeah, that was a nice hustle by Fortes, actually. A little surprised that Palacios tries to throw this ball, but Caglione, you know, this is a guy who has a lot of hard contact. Palacios not able to glove it. Does everything he can to get it over to first base. It's a wild throw, but again, Nick Fortes and the hustle from the catching position and the backup. It's the small things that factor into the game, isn't it?
Yeah, what a difference. You know, you start an inning with a man in scoring position, nobody out. Way different than if he's at first. I mean, you still have a potential double play situation. 1 strike here on Marte. And it's 0-2. Well, nice job for Shane McClanahan tonight. 69 pitches, 49 strikes, and 16 of 20 first pitch strikes.
Yeah, I love seeing it. You know, this is kind of a bounce back outing for Shane. Went out there last time against these Kansas City Royals, and you know, it didn't go his way, but was able to go out there, control the night, controlled the count from the first pitch on, and just really looked in total control. And so, you know, it looks like that move to back him up a couple days really helped out. He looked fresh, and he was ready to roll.
Keeping an eye on the runner at first. Gaglione aboard over there. Second time tonight they put the leadoff man on. That's upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still 1-2 with the foul ball bounce toward the third base side this time. Sulser worked an inning in last night's game. Gave up a run. Picked up a strikeout. 2-2. And Marte jammed on that pitch, fouls it away. 37-year-old designated hitter. With the Mets a year ago, 270 in just under 100 games. And a ground ball in and out of the glove. Sulcer recovers. They'll get the out at second and not at first. But they get Gaglione on the force play, and a nice recovery there to get the lead runner.
Really good job by Sulcer. I mean, look, this is just flat out reaction. And you're doing everything you can to stop the baseball when it comes back at you like this. And a lot of times, if you don't glove it on the first time, you start to panic a little bit. And he kept his composure, able to get the lead runner at second base. Nice job right there by Cole Sulcer.
So Marte's at first on a fielder's choice. One out. And here's Perez. It's outside. It's a big swing and a foul ball. Well, the Rays on the 6-game road trip opened it last night with a 10-4 win. They lead 3-0 tonight. And now it's 1-2. Well, how about this? Last 6 games, look what the bullpen has done. And there's no coincidence that those 6 wins or 6 games turned out to be 6 wins.
We talked about total team effort, giving some credit to the starting pitching. The bullpen has been just as sharp. You know, last 6, sub-2 ERA, getting the punch outs when needed. And I think one of the themes that you'll see from every arm coming out of that bullpen is they are in attack mode. You know, and Kyle Snyder just emphasizes the fact that you want to get ahead. You know, these guys all have the stuff.
And a swing and miss. And he gets Perez. 2 outs now with a man at first.
This four-seam fastball could not have been located any better. Four-seamer 94, top of the zone, right at the hands of Sal Perez. Just put it in a spot that Perez couldn't get to it.
Jensen, he was the leadoff hitter last night and homered. Foul ball, strike 1. In fact, he hit the first pitch delivered by Griffin Jacks last night, hit a home run to right. And the Rays went on to win that game 10-4. They're leading in this one by 3. That's at the knees for a strike. 0-2.
Well, Ray's trying to do something that hasn't been done in the last 20 games. Is quiet down Carter Jensen on a 20-game hit streak. I mean, he's running out of opportunities tonight.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Down there at third. A call made by Jordan Baker, the crew chief. We go to the 8th, 3-0 Rays.
July 10th.
Let's go to the Orlando Health slow-mo replay. Sinker inside corner. Junior Caminero, there's no chance that ball's getting by him. Pulls those hands through perfectly. Able to launch that thing. Kevin Cash, very excited to see that. Let's go to StatCast, brought to you by Google Cloud. Look at where all these homers are going. Dwayne, my goodness. Love seeing that. He's going center field. A lot of them going to the pull side. I mean, everything he's seeing is middle to middle in, and he is not getting beat at this point in time.
Well, he goes after the first pitch delivered by Jose Quast, the 3rd pitcher of the night for Kansas City. And he fouls it. And of course, Junior all set and prime for the 2026 Home Run Derby. So we know that for sure.
They should be able to let the last week of stats add into the home run total on the Home Run Derby. Junior would be way ahead of the game.
Yes,
right
he would. Yep. Chopper foul outside of third base.
You know, it's just so much fun when you see him get locked in. And it just all comes in bunches with Junior, doesn't it? I mean, he's hitting balls that, you know, a lot of them are in the strike zone, but he's able to get to the pitches outside the zone as well and still square them up. You hardly ever see the combination of extremely fast bat but high contact rate, and Junior has that. And one thing we haven't really mentioned about Junior and why he's been so good this year is the fact that he's been more patient at the plate. He's doubled his walk rate this year compared to last year, and you know that patience is paying off.
And there is a cut and miss on the four-seamer, and he's out on strikes. So Quaz, who had spent some time with Kansas City a couple years ago, just up from their AAA club, and picks up a strikeout here in the eighth, and there's the hot corner on him.
Well, he's a FedEx delivery driver in 2020 during the day. How about that for a second job?
Yep.
And then trained at a field at night. Well, you put the work in, and now you see back in the big leagues. It's a pretty incredible ride right there. Now he's delivering fastballs.
Facing Mesa Jr. It's a ball, Victor Mesa Jr. Royals just selected his contract from their AAA affiliate in Omaha. Jose Quas. Oh, a foul ball off his foot. He'll try to walk that off. Quas down there with the Omaha Storm Chasers.
Well, this one looks like it got it right on the top of the foot. That's a slider. Just rolling into the hands of Victor Mesa. Watch this go straight down on the toe. Oof. Just no protection on that foot. I do like the spikes, though. That's a good look.
Good hesitation pitch, and it's foul the other way, out of play.
It always amazes me when guys have the ability to do that. You know, I was never one of those guys who can do this. Is body control right there. That's something you think about before the pitch comes. You're predetermined that I'm going to pause right here, give it a little hitch, and see if I can throw some timing off this.
Well, Satchel Paige had that hesitation pitch.
I would have fell over. There's no way I had that balance.
I'll tell you that if you're not looking for it, boy, it's a surprise. And even if you are, hey, there's a base hit. Off-speed pitch. The changeup is single in the right field. First hit of the night for Mesa Jr. and the Rays now in double figures with 10 hits.
Yeah, Victor Mesa Jr., one of those guys able to stay on that ball. That's a pitch down in the zone. He just goes down and gets it. Drops the hammer right there.
Now Chandler Simpson with a double and a single tonight. He's 2 for 3. And he takes the ball. Two and 0. 3 runs, 10 hits for the Rays. No runs, 4 hits for Kansas City. And a gorgeous sky here in the great Midwest.
It's nice when that sun goes down.
Look at that.
Dropped about 20 degrees. That wind's still blowing. Great shots of this stadium. Kauffman, man, it's still a good one to come see.
Yeah, it's amazing when you think about it. It's been here since 1973. Simpson out in front of that pitch. 2 and 2.
We've seen a good amount of Rays fans here.
Yes.
Traveling well.
And they're seriously talking about a new ballpark here. And if you haven't been here at some point, it'd be a good idea just to come out and experience it. He starts to go and checked in time, says Jordan Baker. You know, the fans didn't like the call on Jensen that ended the 7th, and he did stop, however. Simpson holding up. Mesa back in at first. Lugo for 6, Strom for 1, now Quas. Runner goes, and the pitch hit on the ground right side. That hole over there closed by Massey, and he makes a nice play. Mesa Jr. moves into second base. Simpson is out 4-3.
Listen, this is a better play than you expect, and he made it look easy. Massey made it look very easy, but the fact that Chandler Simpson's going to get down the line in a hurry, he knows he's got to rush and does a 360. The accurate throw is the hardest part. Spin the body around, still get an accurate throw off to Perez at first base. That was a nifty play.
Now Cedric Mullins in the batter's box. It's a ball upstairs. Cedric belting home run number 9 in the 6th. Too close there.
Well, Cedric's numbers just keep on climbing. Start in the summertime, you know, June, and he starts to see the ball a little bit better, starting to see better outcomes in his at-bats, more patience at the plate.
That's end to right, going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes Mesa Jr. He is safe, headed up to second base, and a safe call there. Mullins in at second as he drives in another run. So the Rays, who picked up an additional run in the 6th, put one on the board in the 8th, and it's 4-0 Rays.
Well, it starts with a good at-bat by Mullins. Couple nice takes, gets him a pitch in the zone that he can drive. Jack Caglione, remember, he's a former pitcher, gets it up to 100 miles an hour. Loves trying to get the guy at home, but that was a mistake because Mullins sees the ball airmail to a cutoff man and able to take another base and get himself in the scoring position.
And Taylor Walls, who has a 3-for-3 night going, single, double, and single. And that's a strike. How about Caglione out there with that great arm strength, and they're looking.
Yeah.
Caglione, Cruz, and Walker.
I mean, you got to pick and choose when you want to run on him. Obviously, that was a pretty good time to do it, but Cags out there in right field again. You know, this is a guy who ran it up to 100 miles an hour on average as a pitcher, and there was thought that he might be drafted as a pitcher.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped up, that's out of play. Here we are on the first day of July. Walls finished out the month of June. If you go back to the 10th of June, he got hot and hit 271 for the last 3 weeks or so in June, and started July here with 3 hits tonight, and now a 2-2 count here.
Yeah, he's staying on the pitch a lot better as of late. You know, the pitch down in the zone, he stays on it, doesn't rotate off of it. And he's trying to drive it back up the middle. He's trying to work the middle to the pull side, and he's been doing such a good job of it. Any kind of mistake, he's been hammering.
Three balls, 2 strikes. And he is out on strikes to retire the side. So the Rays add a run on 2 hits. It's 4-0 Tampa Bay. Rays baseball presented by Union Home Mortgage. We're headed into the bottom of the 8th inning. Rock and roll all night at Tropicana Field. Thursday, July 9th, Rays take on the Yankees. Celebrate one of Rock's most legendary bands with a special Kiss ticket package, including your seat to the game and an exclusive Kiss theme shirt. Visit RaysBaseball.com slash kiss. The Rays with the left-hander Garrett Clevenger on the hill. He is pitcher number 3. First pitch, a strike in to Nick Lofton. And that's a ball, 1-1.
You see the pitch mix right there by Clev. Slider, 2-seam fastball, sweeper, 4-seamer, all of them lethal. Can run it up to 97 miles an hour, a ton of swing and miss, a lot of ground balls.
2-1.
It's always a good sign when you see Clevenger in the game.
Yeah, you figure you're in a situation where you'd like to hold the lead. See if we can shut the opposition down.
There's just a lot of deception in that delivery. A lot of quick moving parts. Each pitch is moving in a different direction.
Hot shot foul. It's a full count now.
Yeah, he can create some uncomfortable at-bats and run that cutter in on the hands to a right-hander. He got that 2-seamer that just explodes away from him, and then he can obviously drop that slider anytime he wants to.
Rays scored 2 in the first, 1 each in the 6th and 8th innings. It's pulled foul. And to this point, what a difference a week has made. The Rays have won 6 in a row. And here they hold this 4-run lead with 6 outs to get. Lofton battling, fouls it back.
It's the kind of winning that keeps a manager happy.
And a lot more comfortable as well. Here's the 8th pitch of this at bat, and it's too high. So a walk drawn by Lofton, the first given up by Rays pitching. And let's check in now with Ryan Bass.
Well, Doug, if you were getting a little jealous over the barbecue that we were showing here, and by the way, we're going to show it again, this is going to make you salivate even more. I'm headed tomorrow to get some Kansas City barbecue with Lawrence, Kansas native Garrett Clevenger. Him and I are going to go hang out tomorrow for a little road tripping with Ryan, get some KC barbecue. He has had it way too many times than I can count in his life, being from about 40 minutes away from here. I will say, Doug, you were not invited because there's not enough food to go around. And I went to barbecue with you last year here in Kansas City, and I know how much you can down at the table. So it'll be a road tripping with Ryan tomorrow with Garrett Clevenger. We're going to get some Kansas City barbecue. Speaking of food, Doug Wechter, I just wanted to let you know I appreciate the gift you sent to my room today. I got a nice turkey club when I returned from the gym. Little did I know it was a surprise. I ate it. It wasn't mine. Come to find out, it was you, my friend. Yeah. Get to know what room number you actually are, buddy, before you start sending turkey clubs around to other rooms.
Hey, first of all, you better bring some extra barbecue back after that.
I can't guarantee it, but I'll try.
You need to do that first and foremost.
Here's the next question. Is he going to make you pay for it?
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
I will be treating Garrett Clevenger to barbecue tomorrow.
No, not Garrett.
Oh, Doug? Doug always has to pay for it.
Oh, here's a bunt popped up, and Aranda's there to make the catch. Tolbert trying to put down the bunt, and the Rays take care of that little popper.
You see the bunt right here, gets way underneath it, popped it up right to Aranda. So what Ryan is talking about this afternoon, right? I'm doing a little prep work, and I'm thinking, all right, you know what? I'm just going to order a little club sandwich from downstairs, have it delivered while I'm doing the work, then jump on the bus. Everything's good. You know, they mentioned that it's going to be 20 minutes. I said, okay, no problem. That's great. About 45 minutes to an hour later, you know, I'm not one of those guys who's going to complain on time, but I'm like, man, do I need to go down and get this? What's going on with the food? I called down, and they're like, oh, you know what? We delivered it to room. No, I'm not going to say the room. We delivered it, and we assumed it was your room. No one was in there. And I was like, well, I never got it. And so we get to the ballpark, and guess who received my club sandwich?
How about that?
Yeah. So I guess I treated Ryan to a club sandwich, but he's not going to treat me to any barbecue. I mean, what's going on?
It was lovely. It was lovely, Doug.
Lovely.
That was one of the best club sandwiches I've ever had, buddy. So
you know how angry
I just want to
was?
say thank you. And I was on the bus with Will, a couple of other folks, KY. We were wondering who sent me the sandwich. I thought maybe it was Neil Solondz. I thought maybe Andy Freed might have gotten it. You know, Kaylin, who was our videographer for the team, we thought she loves turkey clubs. Maybe it was her. But turns out, buddy, it was you. So I appreciate the turkey.
It was me, and I was getting hangry. And I was to the point, you know, when Doug doesn't eat and he gets hungry, bad things can happen. You know what I mean, Dwayne?
Yep. Fly ball, short, right center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Up to second base goes Lofton. Massey drops a base hit in there. And now the Rays don't want to see this situation get any more serious than it is now.
Some weak contact on the slider moving away from him, and this one just drops in right between the two outfielders. Not much you can do on defense there.
Yeah, an 0-2 slider as he reached out there and dropped it into center. Now, top of the order, Lane Thomas. And that's going to be a strike on the outside edge. Bobby Witt Jr. follows him in the Kansas City lineup. One strike pitch is wide, 1-1. So Clevenger finds himself in a little bit of a spot. Kevin Kelly now up in the Rays bullpen. Two and one. Missed with the slider. This is the first time tonight the Royals have had a man as far as second base. And a little high, and Clevenger is behind 3-1. Boy, he has been excellent the last 6 games. Look at that. With runners in scoring position, 2 for 29 the opposition against Clevenger. And that is a strike. And the count is going to be full. And Thomas not altogether happy with the development, but the count is full.
Thomas wondering why he didn't check. That's what he's wondering. Junior Valentine got it right.
And a swing and miss. And now Thomas is out on strikes. So Clevenger gets the second out. And another big one to get. Here is that second out.
Back-to-back breaking balls, and boy, you see the check swing on the pitch prior and the reaction from the hitter, and of course Clevenger sees that and understands he's not seeing the spin. He's not picking up the spin, so let's just go right back to that breaking ball, and was able to get the punch out.
Well, Bobby Witt Jr. due up here. The Rays spent a little time on the mound there. Fortes and Clevenger, and the Rays with the right-hander Kelly out there in the bullpen, and here comes Kevin Cash, and we'll be back in a moment. Just a reminder, we have until Thursday to get the job done, so vote now. Final phase of the 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star balloting going on. Visit MLB.com/vote. Junior Caminero, as hot as you can be with that home run bat and what he has done with the glove down at third. So vote, and vote often. Well, Kevin Kelly, the new Rays pitcher, the 4th of the night, on to face Bobby Witt Jr. And the first pitch catches that outside part of the plate. That's strike one.
Kevin having himself a season right here. Sub-3 ERA. The whip is what's important. Walks and hits per innings pitch underneath a 1. Just not allowing a lot of traffic on the bases.
Witt with a little tapper off the mound. Barehanded pickup, and Kelly's throw got him. Nice play by Kelly getting off the mound. No time to glove it. The barehanded pickup, and he throws a strike to first. And that takes care of the threat with 2 men left on base. Nicely done by the right-hander Kelly. 4-0 Rays.
Official whiskey of Major League Soccer.
Rays TV is presented by Union Home Mortgage. Our game moves into the 9th inning now, with the Rays holding a 4-0 lead. Richie Palacios leading off. Count is a ball, no strikes. He takes that one too high. 2-0. Cross opening his 2nd inning of work. And this one is popped up straight back. It's going to be out of play.
How about the Orlando Health slow-mo replay? Who says pitchers aren't athletes? Dwayne, check this out. Bounces off the mound, making quick work of Bobby Witt Jr. We all know how fast Witt Jr. can be. He's busting it down the line. No time for any mistakes. Kevin Kelly jumping on that ball, getting the critical out late in the ball game.
Now 3 balls and a strike. Yeah, that was a very big out. You can see there 27 inherited runners, and just 4 have scored against him.
Well, I mean, look, relief pitchers have a lot of pride in what they do, and obviously they want a low ERA. They want all their stats to look good. But if you ask any one of them what they are most proud about, is not allowing inherited runners to score. When they go into a ball game and you got runners in scoring position specifically, if these guys aren't scoring, that's what you hang your hat on.
Palacios out on strikes. Well, 2 strikeouts in the 8th for Quas. Another one here in the 9th inning. And Nick Fortes at the plate. He took over in the 7th inning as the Rays catcher. Turns away from that first pitch. Opposite field, sending Caglione back a few steps and toward the line. 2 up and 2 down. And it will get Yandy Diaz to the plate, who has not reached base tonight. Yandy 0 for 4 with a strikeout, a fly ball to right, a ground ball to first, and a ground ball to shortstop. And the pitch is a strike. And that's popped up, foul ball. Jensen gives it a chase, but it's out of play. Into the field seats, advancing the count to 0-2. Yandy 1 for 4 last night with a walk and a run scored. He was part of the 6-run 3rd inning last night. Of course, everybody in the lineup was part of that. Ooh, look out. It's that bat and the right arm out of the way. A ball, 2 strikes. It's fouled the other way. You know, not only has Yandy led the league in hitting, he came in hitting .334, but the later in the game, the better he has been. Now 2-2. You take him from the 7th inning on, he has hit .452.
That's just an incredible stat, especially nowadays when you're talking about all the specialty arms that come out of the bullpen. And these guys are coming out for 1 inning. Yandy not getting more than 1 look at each guy, and it doesn't faze him at all.
And he chops it to short. Witt Jr. with the throw to first. Rays up and down 1, 2, 3. And Caglione will open the bottom of the 9th inning for Kansas City. Well, the Rays hold a 4-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Kevin Kelly out there on the mound. And the first pitch swung on and a base hit up the middle. Caglione leading off. Picks up his second hit of the night. Jack Caglione 2 for 4. And a board here in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, you can just see the strength from Caglione. Wide base right there. Bat stays through the zone, just absolutely rips it up the middle.
Well, Meisner, the former Ray, will be the pinch hitter for Marte. Marte 1 for 3 tonight. A right-handed hitter, but they want Meisner now. And the Rays have a little gathering on the hill. So a base hit by Caglione, the 6th hit. Kansas City putting the leadoff man on in the 7th, again in the 8th, and here in the 9th. Meisner takes the ball. Meisner, the former Ray. And a ground ball right side. Palacio, oh, it's bobbled by Palacios in his haste to get the lead man, and boy, that is a tough one to take right there. Now the first 2 men are on base, and what could have been a double play if they turned it quickly enough, but in his haste it started. The ball is bobbled and it gets away.
Yeah, it looks like the tailor-made double play, and Palacios just rushes it a little bit, trying to make that turn. Ball hops up on him, not able to glove it. Starting to become a little situation here in the bottom of the 9th.
2 on, nobody out. Salvador Perez is the hitter. And now Brian Baker busy in the bullpen. So it has become a difficult spot. Perez singled in the 2nd, hit into a double play in the 4th, and the Rays would take the ladder back to the mound. Out at 2nd, throw to 1st out there. The Rays get exactly that, the double play. 1-4-3, and the runner goes to 3rd. Caglione's over there with 2 outs, and boy, you talk about taking some of the pressure off. Exactly what the Rays were hoping for.
Well, I love what we're seeing from Kevin Kelly, and obviously a ground ball machine, and with Sal Perez up, he's a double play threat. He's able to get him on that first pitch.
Here's Carter Jensen, fly ball into center. That's going to do it. Mullins makes the catch, and the Rays win this one. It's a 4-0 final. A combination shutout of McClanahan, Sulzer, Clevenger, and Kelly, and a nice job by Kevin Kelly working the final inning and the 3rd. Rays 5th shutout. 6th time Kansas City has been shut out.
Well, we know what we're going to have to make our Advent Health play of the game. It's got to be Junior Caminero going out there. First inning, not wasting any time. 6 straight games now with a home run from a young 22-year-old. He is just as hot as you can get at the plate. Everybody's smiling around. Tampa Bay is loving it right now.
So the Rays win it 4-0. Rays postgame coming up next. For Doug Wechter and Ryan Bass, Dwayne Stats, stay with us. We'll be right back with the